When you think of 1970s rock, two names stand tall on completely different ends of the spectrum. Grand Funk Railroad, the powerhouse of American hard rock, and Pink Floyd, the architects of atmospheric, psychedelic sound. They toured the same era, ruled the same decade, yet came from different worlds. But behind the scenes, there was always admiration, a respect that went far beyond genre lines, and now, decades later, the members of Grand Funk Railroad have finally revealed their 5 favorite Pink Floyd songs of all time. This is Legend Uncovered. Part 1. Two giants of the 70s Grand Funk were the kings of raw power, a blue-collar band from Michigan that sold out stadiums faster than the Beatles. Meanwhile, across the ocean, Pink Floyd were painting soundscapes with emotion and mystery. One thrived on sweat and volume, the other on mood and imagination, and yet both bands were chasing the same thing, truth through music. When asked which Pink Floyd songs had inspired them most, Grand Funk's guitarist Mark Farner smiled and said, "They were never about showing off. They were about feeling. That's what connected with us." Part 2, your 5, Wish You Were Here, 1975. The 5th spot goes to one of rock's most heartfelt tracks, Wish You Were Here. Farner called it the ultimate song about brotherhood and loss. During interviews in the early 2000s, the band admitted that Pink Floyd's honesty in this song reminded them of their own friendships and the struggles that come with fame. Drummer Don Brewer once said, "You can hear the loneliness between those chords. Every musician who's lost a friend knows that feeling. It's not just about missing someone, it's about missing who you were back then." That's something every aging rocker understands. Part 3, therefore. Money, 1973. At number 4 comes Money, the hit that changed everything for Pink Floyd. For Grand Funk, it represented the sound of rebellion. Bassist Mel Shacker said he was floored by the groove. That bass line was dangerous. It swung, it was funky. I thought, man, this is our kind of track. Grand Funk were known for their heavy rhythm section, and Shacker admitted he tried to capture that same punchy bass tone during later tours. It showed you could make something smart and still make it rock. For them, Money wasn't just a hit. It was a masterclass in balance, intelligent lyrics, complex timing, and pure drive. Part 4, number 3, Time, 1973. Third place goes to Time, another gem from the dark side of the moon. Brewer called it the most haunting rock song ever written. The opening clocks, the heartbeat rhythm, the lyrical reminder that life slips away faster than we think. These ideas struck deep with the band as they grew older. Mark Farner once reflected, "When we were kids, we thought the world would wait for us. Then one day you wake up and realize you're the one running out of time." That song gets that feeling better than anything. Time became a backstage favorite during tours, a song they'd play quietly before hitting the stage, a reminder to give the crowd everything they had that night. Part 5. 2. Comfortably Numb, 1979, coming in second, is the anthem that transcends generations. Comfortably Numb. To Grand Funk, it was the definition of emotion through sound. Farner admired David Gilmour's solo on the track, calling it the most beautiful scream a guitar's ever made. Even though Grand Funk were a different kind of band, they respected Floyd's willingness to be vulnerable. Comfortably Numb spoke to every musician who'd ever stood under bright lights, feeling isolated inside. Farner said, "It's not about drugs or depression. It's about that thin line between being alive and being lost." Part 6. Verse 1, Shine on You, Crazy Diamond, 1975. And finally, the number 1 choice, the epic that defines Pink Floyd's heart and soul, Shine on You, Crazy Diamond. This track was written as a tribute to their former bandmate Syd Barrett, and Grand Funk said they could feel that emotion in every note. It's not just a song, it's a farewell wrapped in sound, Farner explained. The way those notes build up, it's like watching the sunrise after a long night. For a band that lived through the chaos of fame and burnout, this song hit home. They saw themselves in Pink Floyd's story, The highs, the losses, the price of living for music, Part 7, the respect between legends. Though their styles were worlds apart, Grand Funk and Pink Floyd shared a mutual respect. When Grand Funk performed at the same festivals in the early 70s, they often found themselves watching Floyd's set from the sidelines, amazed by the soundscapes that could silence a crowd of thousands. Brewer remembered one night in 1971, they played Echoes and everyone just froze. It wasn't about volume, it was about space. That's when I realized rock could be poetry. That moment stuck with them. Proof that loud or soft, music connects us in the same way. Part 8, Legacy and Reflection today. The surviving members of Grand Funk look back on their careers with humility. They know how fleeting fame can be. But when they talk about Pink Floyd, you can still hear the fan in their voices, not the rock star. Farner once said, "They made thinking man's rock, but they never forgot to make you feel." That's rare. In the end, both bands chase the same truth, that music isn't about perfection. It's about connection. And these 5 songs represent that connection better than words ever could. Part 9, Closing Reflection, from Wish You Were Here to Shine on You Crazy Diamond. Grand Funk's admiration for Pink Floyd proves that real music transcends style. Whether it's blues rock power or psychedelic atmosphere, the goal is the same, to move the soul. At 70-plus years old, these legends still listen, still learn, and still feel the magic. Because in the end, great music never fades. It just finds new ears. Fade out with a soft blend of a live crowd cheering and a distant echo of a Pink Floyd-style guitar solo. This is Legend Uncovered, where the hidden stories behind rock's greatest names finally come to light.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.